Hi there guys, and welcome to another Train Sim World 2020 video. Woohoo! Quick caveat, I'm going to try not to talk about Train Sim World 2 as much as I possibly can, but I'm sure it will inevitably come out of my mouth at some point. I'm going to keep this video pretty short and sweet. I'm aiming for sort of the 15-20 minute mark. I'll do a video with a full run with it. So far so good. I've literally just seen it the same as you. I've just loaded in the game. It looks like a 20, doesn't it? And I like a 20. I'm a big fan of a chopper. And you can tell why they're called choppers. They also whistle, which is really nice. Underframe detailing's looking good. Fuel cap, of course. Water drain plugs and everything. Texture's a bit funky up close, but we'll climb under like that. Oh, that's cool. I like that. So you're not just standing at the side and doing it anymore. That's a nice little animation. I like that little addition. Okay. From the exterior, she's look. Ooh, the yellow looks a bit digital camo-ish. I'm not going to lie. But let's get in and have a go with it. That's the bit we want to see. The yellow definitely looks a bit digital camo-ish. Oh, 20 cab. Right, 20 cabs. One of my favourite cabs, just because you have the controls for both ways in one thing. Now, yeah, on a 20, you have the master key over there. So we're going to be sitting here. Because we're going this way. Select forward. We're in forward. Set the brake to running. From here, you'll be routed... Where's the sound gone? Up to Middlesbrough, then Grangetown, and finally the ore terminal at Redcar. Okay. Brakes are running. Let's get some lights on and some headlights on. Set the locomotive brake to 0 and apply the power using the throttle lever to get moving. Yeah, we're pulling some amps. Very quiet. Shunt signal's clear. Let's get some wipers on. Got a nice heavy train. Now, a lot of people moan at me with TSW first looks. They go, "You didn't read the manual." So this time I made a special effort to go and find the manual before I did the first look video, and there isn't one. It's not released yet. So I can understand that though, with all the COVID stuff and people working from home, I can understand the manual not being ready or whatever. That's fine. So I haven't fiddled. I don't want to go fiddling. If I oh, hot plate. Some warning, service may be hot. I quite like that. Oh, and it glows up as well. Nice little touch, that. Nice little touch. Mostly brake valves. Fire bells all there. Do we have a fire bell test? Oh, demister switch as well. Cab's nice. Just unfortunately it's a DTG scenario I've picked. All of them are DTG scenarios, but they love a bit of miserable weather in their scenarios. Oh, I'm speeding. Semi-decent looping on the horn there as well. Stick a little bit of brake on. think there's definitely a little sound issue going on. Day 1 release, so fingers crossed they'll get that sorted. Seems to get quieter, not louder. Right, what can we fiddle with in here? Because that's what I like to do. Fuse cupboard. Don't mind if I do. Exhaust to isolation switch. Control fuse. Oh, this is a nice little touch. I like that. Cool. Manual wiper. Yeah. I've got engine start stop over here. Horn we've heard. What's that? Instrument lights. Oh, it's the dimmable. Oh, I like that. Yeah, this has got a bit about it. Control switch. Normal and in. Cool. Handbrake. Definitely got some sound change there. Definitely got some sound change there. That's pretty cool. We've got green. Still got vaping trains. I don't think they're the worst sounds in the world. At all. Actually, I quite like them. Let's give it a full beans while we're in the cab. Very, very quiet in here. Very, very quiet in here. Get fill caps. I like this. I like this. Now what I kind of want to say is, with the TSW2 adhesion physics, this will feel much nicer to drive. But that brings me on to my one big negative, and I said I wouldn't bleat on about it, so I'm going to get it over and done with and out the way. This loco is going to be in your preserved collection from what we have been told. Now that may change, I don't know. But from what we've been told in the question and answer session, this will end up in your preserved collection if you upgrade to Train Sim World 2. So in saying that, it means you won't be able to use this in the scenario planner, you will not be able to use it in the livery editor, you will not get the additional features that are with Train Sim World 2 with this locomotive, even though it is released 3 or 4 weeks until we get, well, maybe a bit more than that, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, until we get Train Sim World 2. Make of that as you wish. For me, it is one of my biggest bugbears about this whole Train Sim World 2 thing, is that I don't mind paying the extra money for it, because you're getting 2 routes for 25 quid. In fact, that's wholeheartedly a bargain. My issue is that the products that I've invested in the last 3 years of Train Sim World are not going to be usable in the new features that we've got coming with Train Sim World 2, which is what we were promised with Train Sim World in the first place. Right, that out of the way. This, for a Train Sim 2020 release, is a nice bit of kit so far. Sounds a bit iffy. Love that touch about the warning about it. Surface may be hot. I think that shows a bit of humour. I like that. Even with a cab light on it, it's a nice environment in here. The texture inside the cab, I do like. Exterior, yeah, not a massive fan of this weird sort of digital. I mean, it doesn't look too bad like that, but when you're in first-person view, it does sort of like a weird. It actually looks all right in this view, but when you go into it as the first-person view, it's quite pixelated. That last signal was single yellow, wasn't it? So is that one, but we're all right to increase our speed. Which I mean, what I quite like is the immersion. It feels quite nice and cosy in here. It's also because it's roasting hot in the shed, but it feels quite cosy in here. I like it. I like the cab. I like the if anyone went to school in the 80s and 90s, you will recognise that sort of flooring, sort of industrial government rubberised flooring, is pretty much was in everything, wasn't it? Yeah, I like this. I like the cab. Let's see if there was any features that I missed. Did I get anything up here? Down here? So differences are with this one, you got your start stop here. What's that one? Anti-slip brake. Oh no, what? Ah! Lost my train. I don't quite know what I'm now meant to do to catch up with that or do anything with that. So yeah, as you can see, this Class 20 that we're driving here is the cab's very spacious. It's very open, bit open to the elements, which is a bit of a downside for real drivers having to do this. But I'm sure you get given the appropriate PPE to continue. I can't even go on. What is that about? I was in the cab. I was nowhere near a door. Oh, I like this little level crossing the entrancey bit over here, though, to some sort of yard. This looks cool. Oh, I do like that. Ah, this bit's cool. I'm sure it's either going to tell me I've spadded and this is ended, or usually it comes up and says, do you want to take over give up control of da 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 da. So I'm hoping it does that and I can do something. Yeah, Joe, funny enough, I know the blurb for this scenario. Second time I've done it. Right, I'm not gonna. Let's try and should we see if we can replicate that. We could. Right, look, this is what I was saying. Can you see how it's pixelated and stuff like this here, and it looks like sort of digital camouflage? Well, if we then go in and sit down, and then use number 3 key. Oh, now it looks all digitally camo-y again. I wonder if it's lighting. It might be lighting. Lighting. Yeah, there's something balked with the sounds of this as well, I'm not going to lie. Instrument lights, loco brake is coming off. Give it the beans. Oh, there we go. Quite sure what this is doing, if I'm completely honest with you. We've got 2 different levels of flag there. If we do, that's quite a nice little touch. What is that? Sorry, we know that that's an Unreal 4 engine issue. Particle effects is an Unreal 4 engine issue. We shouldn't blame anybody for that. This just it's fine. Right, I'm going to finish this up here. I'll drive this on stream later on, and then you'll get a video with the scenario in it. Give them a couple of days to see if they patch anything. All in all, is this a nice add-on? The cab is lovely. Let's not beat around the bush. That is a very nice little environment to be sitting in. Hot plate, the little bit on that. I'm sorry about the buzzing. I should have turned that off beforehand. The warning hot surface. Let me just stop that now. Is a nice little touch. I do like that. The sounds, whilst not bad, sound a bit bonky, if I'm honest. So it might just need a little tweak here and there. I don't know if this is going to get an update. Remember, we were told that when Train Sim World 2 comes out, that Train Sim World 2020 content will not be getting updated. That's what we've been told so far. We don't know if that's exactly what's going to happen, but that is what we've been told so far. They may surprise us, we don't know. All in all, it's quite nice to drive if you don't fall out of it. Should we try and replicate that again? I can't remember where we even were in the cab. I think we were about here somewhere. It must just be a bad spot in there somewhere that when you're doing a certain speed you can fly through the wall or something. Ugh, making myself dizzy there. But yeah, all in all, it's not the worst thing to come out of DTG Towers at all. In fact, I'm relatively impressed with it, bar its faults. Hopefully they can be patched before this becomes a legacy, a preserved product. That would be nice. But yeah, pretty solid little class 20 there. I like it. Yeah, I'll leave you guys here with it. Alright, and guys, thank you very much for watching. Please feel free to like, share and subscribe. Head on over to alanthomsonsim.com for all your latest and greatest train sim and needs, head over to Twitch on a Sunday and Wednesday from 7 p.m. and also head over to the Facebook group if there's anything else we can help you with or want to just have a chat. Once again, guys, thanks ever so much. Catch you next time.